KRNA, we're online at krna.com. I know, Mike, we're more worried about the Facebook Live and the webcams here. Anyway, James Larson, Mike Ferris, it's a special day in here. It's Friday, right before the end of the year, right before the new year, and we have our bartender of the year here. One more time, give a round of applause.
Jamie Teigler.
Tegler. We're going to call her Tegler today. Teigler tomorrow. And we've got a very special person in here, the Cedar Rapids mayor, our buddy, the coolest mayor of all, the coolest mayor in the land, Mr. Ron Corbett, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Mayor.
Before we get to the proclamation, no, I'm just joking. We're not going to talk politics here. But you've got a little speech that we prepared for you. And if you, whenever you're ready, Mayor, go ahead.
Right, but I just want the audience to know here we're honoring the Cedar Rapids Best Bartender for 2016. And we're drinking coffee.
I know, right? We had mentioned
Jamie had one job, and
I know, right?
We got to step up the game next year.
I've got the coffee.
Or at least have the proclamation in the afternoon
I agree.
later in the day.
I got a feeling we might be doing some celebrating this weekend, though. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's my honor to read this proclamation. Jamie, have you ever been proclamated before?
I have not.
Well, don't worry. It doesn't hurt a bit. Here we go. Whereas KRNA conducted an extensive search of taverns, pubs, bars, hangouts, and night spots in search of Cedar Rapids' best bartender. And I can tell you this hasn't been a rigged contest because my son's a bartender over at Mandarin Spice, and he didn't get one vote.
Well, we don't know about that because I've got all the copies of the original votes.
He can't make a Mai Tai, so don't worry. It wouldn't have worked. He didn't get his own. And whereas the citizens of our fine city have made their selection through electronic voting processes that were deemed reliable and completely unhacked.
No Russians.
There we go.
White Russians.
Therefore, Ron Corbett, mayor of Cedar Rapids, is honored and privileged to proclaim Jamie Teigler as KRNA Best Bartender for 2016. Congratulations, Jamie.
Wow. All right, well, let's slide the mic over. After that proclamation, what's going through your mind there, Jamers?
Never thought I would have a mayor talking to me in Cedar Rapids, that's for sure.
Now, you haven't been drinking yet today, right?
That's false. We might have. Had to take the edge off.
Right.
One drink.
Well, real quick, before we go into the next song.
you have a little acceptance speech, maybe?
Yeah, do you have an and you're live on
Who would you like to
Facebook,
thank? Who would you like to thank?
Honestly, who would you like to thank?
Honestly, I would thank all my customers and anybody that voted. It's pretty cool. We've had an opportunity to meet tons of people over the years, and some of them you know better than their own family, and basically you just learn to, a lot about these people that you had no idea even existed, and they become some of your best friends you've ever known. So it's pretty cool, and I just like to thank everybody that actually took the time out to vote.
In a weird year for elections, in a weird year politics, I thought this was just kind of fun to do something like this because it brought everybody together, honestly, because I was hearing from other bar owners and bartenders, and everybody liked the idea, and I'm sorry not everybody can win, but unfortunately, there can only be one winner.
We have that one winner here. Jamie, what is it? What's the secret special sauce that makes a great bartender?
Probably efficiency, fast. It's kind of a combo. And also just being able to kind of concoct things. There's so many people that are like, I don't like this, but I want it sweet, and I want it strong, but I don't like this, or this, so can you make me something? And so you just kind of got to be able to shuffle. One of my employees always says, I can do this. It's like working at Dairy Queen, you just mix all the flavors together and you come up with something good. I was like, God, that's a good analogy there.
So let's pass the mic back over to the mayor before he gets out to his coffee session. Have you been, you don't need to pass the headphones. Have you been to Emil's, and what do you think of the place?
I have been to Emil's several times. I enjoy the food there along with the drinks.
Yeah. We asked you what your favorite bar was, and I think you mentioned Hacienda Las Glorias, and there was one other one.
Well, I think I based it on my credit card receipts.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it was the Irish Democrats.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, Mike, I want to thank the mayor for stopping in. This means a lot. I know you've got a very busy schedule. And anything new in your life? Anything shaking besides?
Well, New Year's coming up. That's new.
It is a new year running. And did you bring your checkbook, by the way?
I did bring a checkbook. So if you decide to run for mayor, James,
I'm still
First $50 is from me.
Wow,
A
you hear
man
that,
of his
Mike?
word.
I mean, wow, that's great. Well, I'm going to think about. I'm going to have a press conference to tell people I'm thinking about it. You know, I like people.
That's
that do
the
these
first
vague
step.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So let's thank the
For
mayor.
those who are just joining us, Mr. Mayor has announced earlier this month that he will not be seeking re-election for mayor in 2017 of Cedar Rapids. And so what the future holds and what the future brings, we're excited and we're anticipating.
This will be my 8th year coming up in 2017, and it was never my decision to run for mayor and try to break old Don Canny's record of 23 years. I really wanted to come in and kind of right the ship after the flood and put Cedar Rapids in a better and stronger position, and I think we've been able to do that. Now it's time to give somebody else a chance.
Now, Ron, we know about the milestones and the
very well said.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we know about the great things you did for the city, but to answer this question for me honestly, what was the coolest thing about being the mayor of a city like Cedar Rapids for this many years? What was the coolest part?
Well, the coolest part is getting to know a lot of issues in the community. One day you may be dealing with, how to put together a library. The next day you're dealing with a fire station. Next day maybe you're dealing with a more depressing issue like gun violence in Cedar Rapids. So the coolest part for me is being able to learn a little bit about a lot of issues, and every day is a little different.
So last question, you got any plans for next year? Are you you're not going to run for mayor? Are you going to maybe apply for a job down here at the Rock and Roll Skybox maybe?
Well, I'm thinking about, going into the DJ business. What do you think?
You've got the pipes for it. Great voice, Mr.
Well,
Mayor.
and he's got a face for radio. No, I joke.
Hey.
You left it wide open.
No, I'm actually looking at the possibility of running for governor, and I'm going to make that decision in the first maybe 90 to 120 days in 2017.
So question, when would that be a special election then, and when would that be?
Well, because Governor Branstad is going to be
Right.
resigning and moving over to China as the ambassador to China, the lieutenant governor moves up to fill out the remaining term. His term expires in 2018, so it would be a year and a half appointment for her.
And it would be, she would just finish out that regular tenure.
She would finish out that
Sure.
term, and if I do decide to run, then I would be challenging her, and that primary is in June of 2018. But to get out there and campaign in all 99 counties, people like to see you once, twice, three
Sure.
times. It takes a good year just to get around the state and
gotta
get to know the people.
It's a big state.
I promise this is my last question. Have you ever had a sit down with Donald Trump? You have, haven't you? You've been in the same.
Well, I didn't have a sit down with him, but one day both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton came to Cedar Rapids on exactly the same
Right,
day.
I remember that.
Hillary Clinton was down in Newbo, and I had a chance to meet with her and talk
Yep.
to her about flood protection. And then later that night, I had a chance to meet Donald Trump behind the amphitheater
Yep.
as the fireworks were going off, and I talked to him about flood protection. So hopefully I got my message across to both of them in the case Donald Trump did win the election, and we hope that our flood protection is in his budget next year.
What's funny about that day, they were both in town, and producer Mike was at the Hillary rally. I was at the Trump rally. So let's give a round of applause to the mayor, and we're going to wrap up with him, but we're going to keep Jamie around for a second. because we've got-
Congratulations, Jamie.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you
We
so
got
much.
7 questions for her in the hot seat. We're just going to have a little fun, and then we're going to give her big prize pack. Lots of goodies coming up next.
I asked Jamie earlier, what are your favorite rock bands? Because part of your prize package is Journey tickets. So we played some Journey in your
She
honor.
got Journey tickets, too?
Yes.
And my Kiss
Read the
CDs?
website, brother. Come on.
Man.
So
I get all your
congratulations.
goodies. Thank you.
But Jamie, another thing is that you mentioned that Def Leppard was one of your favorites. So
Yeah.
we'd like to dedicate this one to you on 94.1 KRNA.
Yeah.